Because like, yes, investment happens and you get money back, but he's like, look at the inflation rate that happens every year. Everything gets affected by it. So that money that you had put in a, like, you locked in a term deposit, or you put in an RRSP, you're not gonna get anything.
Nothing.
Not much.
No, the money is losing the value of.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Everyone, welcome to the Talk Lab episode 2. You guys made it to episode 2. Thank you very much if you watched episode 1. If you haven't, go back and watch it. It's a great episode. We had a great talk with Ali, the soulful poet. If you watched episode 1 and then now you're watching episode 2, thank you very much for being here, and I do appreciate it, guys. Today I have such an important person. I do have shekargy, Jihad shekargy, an amazing real estate and talented salesman. How you doing today, Jihad?
Thank you very much for your invitation, Ahmed. I'm
Thank
happy
you for
to
being
be
here.
with you for the episode 2.
Thank you.
We're gonna talk today about real estate market in Ottawa.
Mostly, yeah.
Mostly. Great.
Thank you very much.
You're
Thank you. So yeah, let's hit it from the top. You're a real estate now.
Yes.
I read a little bit about you before, and I found out like you started in sales, basically. Tell me a bit more about sales. How did you start? How did you even get into sales? You know, it's I know like everyone gets into sales when they're young, but what was your story when getting into sales?
Well, this sales and marketing, I started very early in my childhood. My father, he's a businessman, so I started working with him in sales in his stores in Dubai. So when I traveled as an international student to Canada, when I came to Canada in 2002, I finished my degree in business management. Then I went back to Dubai. Then I came to Canada in 2004 again, and I couldn't find a job in my field. It wasn't easy, especially I wasn't a Canadian citizen yet, so I had to work in different industries. Then until 2009, I worked an embassy of Iraq as in consulate section as a consultant.
Yep.
Contract employee, until 2014, when I decided to change my career from a full-time employee to a self-employee with real estate industry. In real estate industry, I had to study the course for a real estate course for about a year, and I registered with the Remax Hallmark in the beginning and start working in real estate.
That's great. Yeah. That shift in between jobs, basically, from, you know, a bit of like, oh, you're working with the embassy to like a self-employed market, basically. What made you take that decision? Because I think it's not an easy decision to take on. So like, what made you take that decision? What was the push that's like, yeah, I'm going there now. I'm going head first, basically, as they say.
There was many things behind it, actually. It was a challenging shift between a full-time employee to be a self-employee. First of all, when working for embassy, any international organization in Canada, they will not consider it Canadian experience for anyone who works in that let's say organizations. Okay. Because you are working for a foreign country.
Exactly.
Right. So within 5 years or 6 years, I found myself, I have no Canadian experience, and my education was went behind, right? So I had to do a Canadian experience. Especially, I'm planning to live in Canada for all my life, maybe, right?
Basically.
Nobody knows about the future. So deciding to change to self-employee, it was a big challenge, first of all. But what helped me was my wife. She was a full-time also employee for government.
Mhm.
So it was easier for me to be, you know, a self-time, a self
Self-employed.
employee. Yeah,
That's great. I believe that shift was not easy as well, especially
true.
for someone your age. Like when you have a family, you're tied to more responsibilities,
Right.
and you're tied to more stuff. So like it's different from me as like a single person, a student. I don't have anything basically. I can just like it doesn't mean that I am shifting in between stuff, but it would be an easier shift if I decide to take a
So
shift
true.
of education or a shift of job. So how did your family handle that shift of yeah,
Always to change from a full-time employee to
self-employed?
self-employed, you have to have a second income. To tell you the
Exactly.
truth, everyone, especially if you are responsible about you have a family to take care of, kids. You should have to do this shifting. You should have a second income.
Exactly.
Otherwise, you won't get succeed. So planning to be a self-employee, you have to have a second income, or at least 6 months of budget, let's say, that you can cover all your expense.
Exactly.
Because minimum 6 months to 1 year, if you want to start a business, you have to have 6 months to 1 year to get people know you, right?
Basically.
And to get succeeded later on.
Basically, yeah, that's great. Now you're real estate and you're
Yes.
doing well. That's what I see mostly, and I saw it basically on your social media. You're very active on social media, especially. Um, I see you're active on Facebook most of the times, LinkedIn as well. Oh my God, that's such a great area to be active in. But I'm just gonna shift to Facebook a little bit first, because like being active in Facebook, most of your clients are like, I'd like to call them the older age, the people who are thinking of purchasing a property right now. So mostly it's like my dad's age or like around that age. So it's like what, 40
No,
years old
that's
and
not
more.
true, by the way.
Okay.
My clients from different kind of ages. I
Yeah.
get clients. They are
Oh,
young adults. They who got
I'd be
just married.
interested to see that actually.
Well, yeah, I. It's not about the old age clients or old
Mhm.
older people. You know, it's from all from all over. The ages from all over the generations. Let's say.
Basically, yeah.
Yes.
Um, I think, but like being active on Facebook has made it important for you. You do share a lot of stuff. You do share like I see it's important that you also like go live a lot. You share a lot of information as
My
well.
Facebook page is my newspaper, let's say,
Yeah,
or my newsletter, let's say, page
for
for
everyone.
all my audience or my clients or friends to know what's going on in the market. I try to keep everything posted, updated.
Mhm.
It's and also it's a marketing thing for me.
It is, yeah.
So it's like it says, "Hey, Jay Al Shekargy or Jihad, he is in the market. There is a guy by name of Jihad. He is in real estate market."
Exactly.
Especially the people who used to know me as Jihad. He works for Embassy of Iraq for a long
That's
time, and
that's
they
what most people know you
exactly.
as.
I wanna erase that image and make new image, which is Jihad. He's a real estate agent. He's not anymore an consular employee
Mhm.
or consulate employee.
So you're achieving that basically by the help of social media mostly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And by the way, it's I find it's cheaper than marketing with the newspaper.
Yeah, it is. It is, and it's more effective, to be honest
Yeah.
with you.
Cost
Right now,
efficiency. Yeah.
exactly. Right now, I don't know. Like my humble opinion about marketing using newspapers or using postcards. I see it as it's decaying in the effect or in the effectiveness as it was before. Like before, people used to read a lot of newspapers. Now that number is decreasing. Like the number of people reading newspapers, most likely it's all digital right now. So like if you want to get your news, basically you got lots of news agencies that you can just subscribe to, or even follow their Facebook or like their social media accounts, and like you get your news easily. Yeah, like I agree with you on that side. Social media right now is very important. It's making people progress in so many fields, and it's any field that they choose basically. I want to shift it towards a little bit towards LinkedIn, and because I believe myself, LinkedIn is the most important platform right now for people who are going professional, but people are not going there right now. Like a lot of young people, such as I am, are not paying so much attention for LinkedIn. It's surprising because like it's a very important area or a very important platform to be active in. I see you're active on LinkedIn. So tell me, what are the tips that you would give to people to be like to go to LinkedIn, or just like to be active on LinkedIn, or to building connections from it? So
True. The difference between Facebook and LinkedIn. LinkedIn, nobody lies on their profession.
No, you cannot lie on
You
your
cannot
profession on
lie.
LinkedIn.
Even if you want to lie, you can lie for certain amount, or you can't lie on everything, right?
Exactly.
So I always advise anyone for he's searching for a job, or he wants to market his company or his career, he should be in LinkedIn. LinkedIn, I have lots of success stories from professional people,
Exactly.
who were searching for a job. It's like a job hunter.
Yeah.
It's a great platform. LinkedIn is not the new platform.
No, it's always has been there.
Has been there,
Yeah.
right? So sometimes it takes time that to people knows you. Facebook, it's more like marketing platform for me. It's not a lot of people, they have Facebook pages, a lot of fake names, fake
accounts,
news,
basically.
fake accounts. So you can't consider it as a place of, you can trust it a lot, the Facebook. But LinkedIn is very, very important, especially for professional young people who are searching for a job, or they have a job already, or they want to improve themselves. Big companies, they are in LinkedIn. They always search for talented people, basically, to grab them to their companies, right? So I advise people newer graduated people from university to be in LinkedIn, to do a page for them in LinkedIn. Plus also that Twitter. By the way, I'm on
You're
Twitter
active
too.
also on Twitter. Yeah. It's a great area to get news from as well.
Yes.
Also to express your opinion, Twitter is very amazing. That's what I tell my friends. Like they're like, yeah, we just like finished our resumes, but we like cannot find proper jobs, or like we edited our resumes and we cannot find proper jobs. And my first question to you is like, do you have LinkedIn? No.
They say no.
Yeah, then there you start. Like,
because LinkedIn doesn't attract all the audience.
No,
it attracts only the professional
exactly.
people. And plus LinkedIn, you have to read. You have to educate yourself how to use the LinkedIn.
Exactly.
LinkedIn, a lot of people, I get a lot of people, they say, there is no jobs, especially in our countries, right?
Yeah.
There is no jobs. We can't find a job. We need a government job. We need government to hire us.
Exactly.
That's totally wrong.
Exactly.
If you think this way, that means you are not successful person,
because
or
you're
you are
relying
not
on
challenging
luck,
person,
basically. Yeah.
right?
Because like if that's what I tell people. Like if you're relying on a government job, like right now, getting a government job is a great thing to have, but if you're relying on getting a government job and that's it, I don't want to work in the private market, that's it, I want to get a government job, you're not going to get anywhere.
You won't
Exactly.
get anywhere.
Because how many people apply for the same job? And
thousands.
Exactly. Thousands and thousands
for
of people.
Each job.
Exactly. Government cannot take that many or that capacity of people to like hire them in like that job. Like we don't have that many jobs in any country. Like it is like it doesn't matter if it's like a third party, a third world country, or like one of like the big countries such as Canada or the US. Like it's always the same thing.
Always searching for a job is a job.
It's a challenge.
It's a challenge. People. When you want to search for a job, you should hire yourself
to search for a job.
To search for a job. Yeah.
That's a great sentence. I love it.
Yeah.
You should hire yourself to search for a job. If you're searching for a job, that's your first. That's for your first job. Yeah, that's good. Oh my god.
It wasn't easy for me to find like right now. I'm a real estate agent. Mm-hmm. To be in this position, it wasn't easy when I was as a new immigrant in Canada. Mm-hmm. I had to search, to do a lot of things, to work hard until I reached to a point that this is my place where I love to work in. This is the industry that I love to work in. For new grad, I always say to them, guys, do the co-op program.
Exactly.
In university, make a relation, because to have a job, to get a job, you should have a relationship.
Yeah, you need a network, basically.
Network, connections.
Yeah.
Right. So everywhere, nobody will hire you just if you apply with your resume, without connection, without pushing, without Yeah.
No. Like even my recent job that I am in, I got it from a connection. Because like they will look at you better than someone who doesn't have a connection, because they're gonna train this person and they're not gonna care that much about the qualifications if they match or if they are near each other, like in a level that's like, oh, this guy's experience is nearly the other guy's experience, but this guy has connections. So we're gonna hire him. It's always like that. It always has been like that. Even if we like to deny it, but it's always like that, and it will always continue to be like that. So building connections is important.
Building connections plus also helping each other.
Yeah,
it is very important. A lot of people, they ask me about real estate. They tell me, Jihad, that we'd like to work in real estate. I say, yeah, I'll teach them. I'll tell them how to get their license, how to work in real estate industry. I'll tell them the cons for this
for getting into real estate.
And getting in real estate. Some realtors, they say, Jay, how come you teach people? How come you need more competitors to come in your industry? I say, guys, if our community gets strong, if I help the other people to get in real estate, if they love it and they get succeeded, I'll get succeeded too.
Exactly, you'll favor, because there's competition now. There's growth in the industry as well.
Yeah, but this is a service plus helping the young generation, especially in our community. Mm-hmm. It will strengthen our community. It will help our community, right?
Yes,
it will not help me only. It will help everyone. I don't see it as a competitor. I see him as a helper for me in future, maybe. If I help him today, he will help me tomorrow, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you publicly speak. It's amazing. Like, I love that. I love that you're doing that. Basically, you're helping because I know you from our community, and I followed your work pretty much the day I known you, and yeah, you helped a lot of people. Not only, let's say, getting a house, or just like getting basically, or getting into the industry, but you help them as well, like by giving away a lot of information. So I love that you're doing that. Like,
Always free advice.
always free advice. Exactly.
This is my point. I always say free advice. I always give free advices. Plus, I choose my clients.
Mhm.
A lot of time I don't take any kind of job. I try to be more professional, especially in my job. Like, if someone comes to me, I right away I'll tell him, bring me the pre-approval, the mortgage pre-approval first. Then I search for a job for
Exactly.
a house. I try not to like, even for no, I try not to take anyone. You know,
Yeah.
I try to help everyone.
Basically, yeah. From your advice, I spoke prior to like a lot of people from the community, and they all told me how amazing your advice was, or like how your advice helped them achieve something, or just get a place, basically. So now, what's your next step for the community? Like, what are you thinking now?
Next step for community
For the
in
like
what?
how are you helping basically the community in the next, like, what's your next step to help the community, basically? That's my question.
Well, in for the community, like, I try to encourage, especially the young generations. I
Mhm.
try to encourage them in and help them in anything that I can do. I don't stop myself as a bossy man,
Yeah.
on others. Or I don't like to show off of the bossy man kind. I try to be with everyone, to help everyone. I can't say I don't like to promise something that I can do it. You know,
Exactly.
this is the main thing.
That's an amazing thing, and it's a main thing because, like, I know about us Iraqis. There's a sentence that's like we say, and when you hear it, you're like, things are going wrong. Because,
I know.
like, yeah, because, like, I know I'm gonna say the sentence. You're gonna know. It's like when someone tell you Andy, right? It's like it's with me. So, like, your thing is with me now. Don't worry about it. That's what they mean. This things are going wrong. So, like,
I don't
promising
like this
things
is a
that you can't
promise.
do. Yeah.
So I don't want to promise anything to anyone that I can't do it. If I know that this is my ability, I can do it, I'll say I can do it.
Yeah.
It's not it's a shame to say to someone, to promise someone and you can do something to him.
Exactly. It's because, like, how is your picture gonna look like, and you just destroyed the other person's time?
True.
Because, like,
True.
he relied, or they relied on you, and then now you can't do anything.
When you called me, believe me, I had lots of appointments. When you called me for an episode, I said I'll try my best.
Exactly.
Then I tried to get free time for me, just to come to your program.
Thank you very much
When I
for,
promise
for doing
something,
that. Yeah.
I'll say that's it. I'll do it. I have to do it. I have to
Exactly.
come to Ahmed.
Yep.
You know.
That's amazing, and thank you very much for being here. Yeah, like, it's very, I think it's very important for the podcast to start this way of, like, let's get also professional people to talk on the podcast.
Sure.
Let's get them to say their stories, or give people the opportunities to look at their fields, because, like, not so many. I know it's an important field, being a real estate, but it's an interesting thing when you see someone, especially at my age, looking towards that field. It's always an interesting thing because it's not one of the fields that are just, like, very looked upon right now. Like, and like I said it before in the first episode, and I'm just gonna say it in the second one. Our parents, or the way that our parents teach us, is like, if it's not a doctor, or if it's not an
I
engineer,
know.
it's nothing.
I believe in young people in young
Yeah.
generation. This is how, and I don't believe the way they raised us in our country
No,
or in our
it's not a
culture.
good way.
They always see, they used to low standard the young
The other
people.
professions.
The young generation, even before the graduation, if you
Yeah.
are in high school or you want to do something, oh, come on, you can't do it. They'll say,
Yeah.
your parents, you can't do it. Or, they will not encourage you,
No, most likely.
And when I was, this is a very funny and beautiful story for your audience. I'll
Go ahead.
say,
Go ahead.
when I was 18 in high school, I had a friend who were trying to get into a business. He wanted to start a business in Dubai.
Yeah.
And my father, he had an office, and he needed a place in his office
A small space.
to cooperate and to start a business. Both of us. His father called my dad and asked him to get, to make me partnership with his son to start a business, to get into the market. And at that time, we were like in computer spare parts business. You know what my dad told him? He said, "Come on, they are too young. Jihad, he's 18, 17 years old. They can't. We are big people, older than them, and we are in the market for many years, and we are struggling. How come young people they want to enter this huge market? And we should support them with money. That's risky. I can't do it.
Yeah.
And Jihad, he should continue his education and he should finish his degree. I don't want to promise you to that. My friend, he went by himself. He started working in computer spare parts. Now he's one of the biggest business people in Dubai.
Wow.
He is he's a builder now, real estate builder. He's not only a businessman. So that's made me believe in, I always believe in the young generation. I always try to encourage them and always try to help them.
Yep.
And
that's an important thing that our generation now, or the young generation, is looking at. They are looking at, if you have a dream, if you believe that you can do this, you go in.
I love your word. It's the dream. Exactly. This is the dream. What I meant.
Yeah.
Sorry, my English is not maybe.
Oh, go ahead.
Great enough. I hope I'm trying to,
No, it's good.
It's good.
Yeah.
Great.
Don't worry about it. It's good. Yeah.
I hope your audience will love my accent, English accent.
They will love it. Don't worry about it. Yeah. Don't worry about it. Yeah. So like, I mean, like a dream is important to have, but also like a belief and like a plan is always a good thing. It doesn't matter if you're at a younger age or if you're at an older age, such as yourself. So like you did a shift, an important shift, like at an old age, but you didn't think, or you didn't worry about, oh yeah, but I'm old, I can't do it. You didn't think this way. You just went in. You're like, yeah, I know that I can do it, and I have a plan. I'm going in.
Exactly. This is how it is. You have to have a plan. When I was a full-time employee, I had to study again in the college for a real estate college, right? I had to do it through e-learning,
basically,
or correspondent. I got all the books it was mailed to me, and I had to study from when I used to come back from work at 4, 5. I eat, then I go study by myself.
So it's a plan. It's a plan over years.
10 p.m. every day. I did all the exams. I had a plan to finish it, to finish everything. Although my English wasn't great, but I did it. I always used to say a lot. a lot of people they are doing it. So
Mm-hmm.
why not I do it?
I see.
Not only in real estate, I especially in university, if you see them, some Asian professors, they are professors. They are teaching in university, and they have accent, poor accent, English
Oh my
accent.
god, very very.
You find them everywhere.
A
So
lot
if
of my
they can
professors
do
are.
it, you
Yeah.
can do it.
Exactly.
Everyone can do it. Language should not stop you from your
It's not.
dream.
It's not a barrier. It's not
Yeah.
an excuse to stop. Basically.
Yes.
Yeah, I see your point. Yeah, going back to like to the professors. A lot of my professors actually have so bad
I
accent
know.
and a thick accent that you barely can understand it. But look at their other side. Like those people achieve a lot. But do you think like coming in from like another country makes people work harder than the people here, or is it?
Yes.
So it's something to push, basically.
Always the immigrants, they built the countries. This is
Mhm.
I understand it from I touched it, from I saw it in state, in Europe, in Canada,
Mhm.
even in Dubai.
Mhm.
That
Dubai is built by immigrants.
it's by immigrants.
Yeah.
It's always all the countries they have been built by immigrants.
Mhm.
The local citizens, or let's say it in Arabic, المواطن
Exactly.
doesn't like to build his country. Can you imagine that? This is the truth. Lebanese in Lebanon, Iraqis in Iraq, Emiratis in Emirat. They don't build their countries.
We have so bad countries.
Exactly.
Corrupted.
Bring the immigrants, bring the Pakistani, Indians.
They work hard.
They're gonna build the country.
They work exactly.
Or even the immigrants from the other. Like if I went to Iraq, I'll be as an immigrant.
Mhm.
I'll build Iraq better than Iraqi who lives in Iraq.
Will live
Because
there. Yeah.
the local citizen, he thinks that he's first class.
Basically, yeah.
This
And
is how it is. Even here in Canada, the Canadian themselves, they think they are the first class,
Mhm.
and they should have the best job when they graduate.
Yeah.
You know?
They aim for the
don't work
best, but
hard enough.
exactly.
So when you immigrate to any country, you will have challenge.
Yeah.
You have to challenge yourself.
Because you overcame the first challenge. Basically, is getting used to the country you're in, like
Yes.
getting used to the culture, getting used to the language, getting used to the people, basically, and like being part of this society. Like that's such a main barrier that holds people back. But once you overcome this stuff, the other things become easier. They are still challenges, but they become, because like you look back, you're like, I'm not gonna waste all the effort that I just made.
Exactly.
I can just push back. Maybe the challenge will be more difficult, but I can push back because I already pushed back on the other stuff. I just passed it. Now I can be more successful.
True.
Yeah. I sensed that also in Lebanon, and saying that immigrants build countries. I sensed that in Lebanon when Syrians immigrated from Syria to Lebanon, because it was the closest country. They immigrated to other countries, but mostly they took a lot of jobs in Lebanon.
True.
And people were pissed, and I was like, no, you shouldn't be pissed because you guys are so lazy to take those jobs. Those people are not. Those people will say like you give them low rates to work, and they just like work. They don't really complain about anything. They just take it. Yo, like, what, you want me to mow the lawn? Sure. What, $10 a day? I don't give a crap. I'm going in.
That's true.
Basically. Tell me, March 2020. That was one of the hits that happened to our market, or to the Canadian, not only Canada, to the world market, or like it was just a hit. COVID-19 basically entered Canada, or the last week, of March. I remember we went into lockdown, and that just like that boomed the market down. They just stopped it.
Yeah, that's happened in Canada because the world market started, the pandemic started in December.
Yeah, back in December.
Back
That's right.
December. So in Canada, the pandemic started in March.
March, last week of March, I remember. Yeah.
But we liberals and the conservatives, both parties, they united together to success, to handle, to push up the economy.
Exactly.
They made a great economic strategy
Mhm.
for small businesses, medium businesses, and even big
Some
businesses.
big businesses, exactly.
Yeah, true. So that's why it didn't affect the market very badly here in Canada.
Not as much as other countries.
Other countries,
Yeah.
exactly. They spent a lot of money from their reserve
Mhm.
funds. They helped the small businesses too to
Correct.
grow again, to let's say to handle this pandemic in a positive way. And it was let me talk about real estate market.
Yep.
The pandemic hit the market for only 2 weeks. It slowed the market down, and people, they were worried. People, they were not buying or selling. Just 2 weeks, not more than that.
And it got back.
Later on, the market got hot, very hot market. Now what we call it is a seller market in Ottawa. People are that we have very few inventory in the market, and the prices are escalating so fast.
Yep.
And it's very expensive, getting very expensive. All the houses getting getting sold through multiple offers.
Exactly.
So it is crazy market in Ottawa.
It is crazy to see that. Like, I work in a financial institution as well, and I see people selling or buying houses, and it's like, I know also a lot of people who are trying to buy houses, and like a house can go from what, $250,000 to easily $350,000, getting sold at around that price.
You should say from 350 to 450.
Sometimes,
and
yeah.
Now the townhouses
Are just like,
it's over. It's been sold over 500,000 townhouse.
It's so crazy. Like, people are just like, putting offers. Like, you go into a house. I see, like, I know, like, a house at the last time I checked, which was what, 2 months ago or something, a house would have like at least 10 offers easily. That's the easiest thing to do. Like, some houses I heard 20 something. Like, a friend of mine tried to buy a house, and she was like, we couldn't. I was like, what you couldn't buy a house? And she's like, yeah, like, we couldn't buy a house. It was like 25 offers, and they took like a crazy offer. And
you have, with this seller market, you have to be aggressive. You have to hire an experienced real estate agent,
right?
And you should believe on what he says.
Yeah.
A lot of people, especially the first time home buyers, they don't believe in the real estate agent. They say, oh, what he's talking about, what does that mean? I should increase 50,000 over asking price,
Exactly.
That's not true. So he should, when he see his offers first time or second time, it's getting rejected, then he starts to understand the market very well. Exactly. So buying a real estate in Ottawa, it's a great investment.
Yep.
I always say to people, buy whatever you can, even if it was apartment or condo. Just buy it, and later on build your assets. Yeah, exactly. Build your assets, and after 5 years, you can sell it.
It's an investment. Yeah, like, buying a property is an investment, and it's one of the biggest thing. Like,
I'll tell you a story about buying a property.
Go ahead.
If your grandfather in Iraq and my grandfather, they both were friends, right, in Iraq or Lebanon. Okay,
right.
Let's take it in this way. And in 80s, your grandfather, he has 10,000 dinar, Iraqi dinar,
Yeah. At that
He
time.
wants to invest. He have it in his pocket. And my grandfather also has the same amount, 10,000 dinar, right?
Hmm.
Iraqi dinar. Both my grandfather, he said, man, I'll save this 10,000 dinar in a government bank and I'll take on that interest,
Hmm.
right? Your grandfather, he said, no, I will buy a piece of
property.
land
Yeah.
in 10,000 Iraqi dinar, right?
Hmm.
Both of them died in 2000, let's say 10 or 15, whatever.
Hmm.
They both died, right? I went to you as
As a
as
real estate.
his grandson.
Yeah.
You went
Oh
and sold this piece of land. Now,
no.
how
Yeah.
much you'll get
Oh,
for
millions.
that land?
Millions.
150,000
Oh,
US dollar, for example, right?
for example.
Or 200,000, whatever, in Baghdad, let's say.
Yeah. I was talking millions of dinars because
No,
I know
millions of
right
dinars.
now.
No.
Right now,
Let's
that's how
let's
they're
talk
being
in
sold.
dollars. If I went to the same bank, I asked for the 10,000 my grandfather saving. Now they will come and give it to me back.
It could have.
10,000 Iraqi dinar to
Mhm.
me in my hand, right?
Mhm.
What I will do with 10,000 dinar right now? I'll go and buy chocolates for my kids.
Basically, yeah, like
Right?
it's not worth that much right now.
It's not
nowadays.
worth the money. The money, it's losing the value. But the real property, real estate doesn't lose values.
Exactly.
Right?
I didn't understand this that much before I got into this financial institution, and the person who taught me, he took me aside and he was like, "Listen." He put a paper, a pen, and he was like, "Listen." The guy's name is Haidar Ibrahim, a very talented guy, an amazing teacher. He's like, "Listen, if I have $10,000 here, and I put it or invest it even in the bank, I don't get that much. Like, what am I gonna get? Let's say at the most, like the best deal in the world, I'll get 5% back.
True.
But like, if I invest it, if I put a bit more risk, and I put it and I buy a property at that time, or even buy like, let's say, not even a property, a parking space. Let's say that parking space will be worth way more, even like what 5 years like 5 years after or 10 years after, it will be way more worth than my investment.
That's true.
Because like, yes, investment happens and you get money back, but he's like, look at the inflation rate that happens every year. Everything gets affected by it. So that money that you had put in a, like, you locked in a term deposit or you put in an RRSP, you're not gonna get anything.
Nothing.
Not much.
No, the money is losing the value of.
Exactly.
Yeah. So there is no saving in the bank.
No.
The bank getting advantage of you.
Mostly,
and
yeah.
they are working from your money. They're making tons of profit.
Yeah, I'm sorry, my bosses are gonna hate that episode after they watch
No,
it.
that's true.
But yeah, please don't fire me. No, like, it's, yeah, banks are using people, and like we can't.
No,
they're
that's
using
the truth. It's like,
it is the truth, and I tell people
two things. I
Yeah.
always say for people that doesn't lose value: property and gold.
Mhm.
The real estate, property and gold.
Yeah,
Both of them, if you buy them for
exactly.
long term, you will get benefit of it.
I believe there's only one place that banks come in, and to like help people at the back to investments a little bit. I believe one place that banks can help people, it's at a specific age,
Right.
like where you are not willing to risk anything right now. Yes, you're gonna buy a term deposit because a term deposit will not risk your money. But if you want to risk your money and get something at my age, I go in and I risk my money a lot. In the market, in the stock market, I risk my money a lot. Like, I go in with like companies that are starting, but if you follow them, you know that those companies will eventually strive somewhere. So you risk a bit of money. But the amount of money that I'm gonna get after when I risked my money there is amazing. It's
Right.
it's a lot. Just because I risked my money. It hurts me to see this mentality in people that like, nope, I'm not risking my money at my age. And like, yo, you're 25 years old. You have a part-time job. You're making money, but not that much. But like, if you can risk a bit of it every year and not lock it in a term deposit or not lock it somewhere or not losing it buying coffee, basically, like just take $1 a day and put it aside. That's $30, $30 a month. That's easy to invest. You're getting a good amount like a year. Like, I don't care how much, but like at the end, at an age of 30 years old, that money is ready for you. And a lot of people don't think this way, unfortunately. And that's why when they get to ages as like 30, 40 years old, they get stuck. They're like, I don't know what to do now. I want to buy a house, but I haven't built a good credit score, or I haven't put money aside. And it's like, yeah, but you should have planned at a younger age. And I see other
Exactly.
people that are trying to no, they start at a younger age, and they when they get to like 40 or 45, they just like, it's just easy for them. It's not luck. It's just that those people thought about this from the beginning, and then now they see it.
True.
Exactly. I want to go and try to end it at how do you see the market now? Like at a COVID, like now COVID-19 hit, market slowed down. Now it's thriving. How do you see the market now?
The market in Ottawa, the Canadian
Talking in
capital.
Ottawa, yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking about Ottawa. It is really hot market. It's buyer market right now. Sorry, it's seller's market, and the price will keep escalating and will keep increasing. Minimum from now till the next year.
Minimum.
1 year, yeah. This is unfortunately it is very hard market. It's not the buyer's market, it's seller's market. So I don't, and for the next year, this will stay. The prices will stay escalating
At this rate. Now I am trying to buy a house right now. I do have the money. What would you advise me?
You do have the money or you don't?
I do have the money.
Okay. The first advice, if you want to buy a house, right away just go to and book appointment with mortgage broker.
Basically.
Get that approval. Get the approval or pre-approval letter.
Mhm.
Know exactly where you are standing. What's the maximum that you can buy,
And how much you can
and
put in.
how, yeah, exactly,
Mhm.
and how much you are afford to. Later on, choose the experienced real estate agent that you like to work with, and talk to him. Hire him. You are hiring the real estate agent, by the
Basically,
way.
yeah.
Basically, hire him to work for you for a period of time and exactly you should understand the market with him and choose the area that you want to buy. Be focused. Like, it's not some people like, okay, we like Barhaven right now, and later on, after they couldn't secure a house in that region, within 2 weeks later on they will jump to Orleans, or they keep jumping from Orleans to Canada, from Canada to... No, be focused in one specific area, and know exactly what's your budget is, and just go aggressively, very aggressive. Buy it. Even if you had to increase on asking price, on listing price, even 50,000 or 100,000, just secure your resident home, your future home,
because you need it right now.
exactly.
Mhm.
There are lots of competition. There are many competition.
A lot. And yeah, everyone, it's interesting that everyone is trying to buy right now. It still interests me. But I think if you buy it right now, Also, like if you're putting in a lot of money in, it will pay you back in the future, don't you think?
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And for future, it's for long-term future, not
Yeah.
short-term future.
No, not a short term.
For sure, it will increase and it will pay you back. Even if it was for investment, you can rent it. This townhouse or a house you purchased, you can rent. Even if you don't want to live in it, you can rent it. It pays the mortgage for you. But also, it's keep growing your assets, your investment.
Interesting. If I want to buy a house now in 5 years, not right now, where do you see the market going right now? Is it gonna stable after this? Because from a medical point of view, to be honest with you, I don't see coronavirus going anywhere in 5 years.
No,
unless a miracle happens and like we find a vaccine. But talking at this stage, yeah, it's just staying there. So we have to live with it.
My advice, anywhere you go, anywhere, even if it was in Africa, in a poor country, just buy, don't rent. This is the first advice.
Yeah.
Always buy your property. Basically. Don't rent. It's like you are wasting your money in renting. So buying is the first advice. And from now to until 5 years, the market in Ottawa will not decrease.
No.
It didn't happen in 2008 and it will not happen now.
No.
In the big crash in 2008, everywhere the world crashed. The bank system crashed in 2008. All the real estate, most of the places crashed, except in Ottawa. This is a capital city. 60 to 70% of employees are government employees.
Right.
Government, they won't go bankruptcy.
No.
Listen to this. Government will not go bankruptcy. No. So if the government doesn't go bankruptcy, even the real estate doesn't go bankruptcy. They do not crash.
It does not. It's a thriving market.
Exactly. So it's very, very safe market, Ottawa. It's very great place to invest in Ottawa. It's not like Toronto. Maybe, Toronto is a risky market because most of employees are independent on private sectors, right? So if the big company, they laid off 10,000, 20,000 people, you will see this effect in the market, in the real estate market right away. But not in Ottawa.
Not in Ottawa. It's more like a stable.
It's more stable government place. It's a capital city. It's very safe place to invest. Yes, the return sometimes it's not great in value. Maybe not like Toronto. But last year, for example, from last year till today, the prices increased 13%.
Yeah,
13 to 15% in Ottawa, which is a huge increase, right?
Exactly.
So I always advise just keep people who can afford to buy, just buy whatever you can, even if it was small apartment.
Exactly.
Buy it. Build assets. Exactly. And sell it in future.
Because you could always get a better thing in the future as long as you have it.
You have it now, and you are building assets. In future, you will get a better deal.
Exactly. Well, Jihad, thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you very much for having me here. It was very nice talking to you guys.
It's an
I
honor.
wish you all the best and all the success in the future.
Thank you. It's an honor having you on the podcast today. Everyone, this is the end of our episode. Thank you very much for staying till the end. And go watch the previous episode. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, go subscribe. Check out our social media links in the description. Check out Jihad's social media links in the description. I will put it there. And stay tuned for our next episode next week. Thank you very much. Have a good day.